in the prophecy is a completely different alternate thing of what the prophecy actually is.
Yeah.
Like they say, like, okay, for example, there's a creature in this crypt, and when this creature comes alive, it's going to save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just some paranormal thing. And then all of a sudden, a guy that's there and the present that's looking at the crypt gets transported back in time, puts himself in the crypt, and then gets opened in the time that he just went back in.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that discovered the crypt ended up being the monster in the crypt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're. I know what you're referencing. So,
Which one?
a doc.
Oh yeah, there's a Doctor Who episode. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
even listen to on that one, but yeah,
like once we started talking about the crypt, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know where you're going with this one.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like even what we have written down as recorded history, we don't know if that's exactly what happens.
Well, no, we really don't. I mean,
It's all just stories and hearsay to begin with.
right? It's not like 100% like what we learned in school growing up throughout the years. It's not like 100% detailed. It's just
Mm-hmm.
basically like, okay, this is basically what happened at this point in time in history. This is what happened at this point in time in history. It's not like, every
Yeah,
little thing that happened.
and yeah, there's a lot of stories that are just left wide open too.
Mm,
Like for example, the Mayans.
yeah.
You know, like how does a civilization just disappear overnight?
I don't know. That's the whole
I
entire
mean,
mystery of it.
yes, yeah, and like, and they're one of the ones that I saw in time travel theories is that they became time travelers or they were abducted by aliens, and the list
Hmm.
goes on and on.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many different theories of what could have happened to him, but nobody really knows.
Yeah, but well, that's what I have for time travel this week, ladies and gents.
All right. Sounds good. It was a good one.
So, what did you think? You time travel's possible, or you think it's just a science fiction fantasy that we all want to be possible?
Well, like you and I have discussed before, anything and everything is possible. Now, should everything be explored and exploited? No. But
So,
anything
you
and
think
everything
time
is
travel
possible.
is something that we'll acquire, but you think it's something that we shouldn't acquire?
It's something that we can acquire, but I don't think it's something that we should acquire. For the mere fact of you could have anybody going back and altering events. You can have anybody going back and, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not something that we should really mess around with.
You're kind of looking at it from the Zeus point, from
Yeah.
like the Prometheus story,
Yeah.
that yes, there's fire, but if we were to present it with to these, monkeys,
Mhm.
they would destroy themselves with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
certain people wouldn't like abuse it, but you would have a good majority of the people that would abuse it at the same time.
yeah.
It's
And time travel is such a scary thing and so fragile
mhm.
that it just. No, I don't think it's as fragile as like they made it seem like in Ashton Kutcher's Butterfly Effect.
No, no.
That it's just like he sneezed and knocked over a fork, and next thing you know, his girlfriend's a junkie.
Yeah, no.
And,
That
you're like,
that's
what the fuck?
yeah, that's just a little much. but
Yeah,
but no, like
but
it is a very fragile thing, and it is not something that I think that we should
no, I
really
don't.
mess around with, just for the mere fact that the slightest thing that happens, it could cause
Yeah,
ripples and just change so many
oh
events.
yeah, and I think mankind's so greedy that we couldn't
We
use it
wouldn't
for the right reasons.
right, we wouldn't be able to help ourselves, basically.
Yeah, because then, I mean, you imagine if like the United States announced they have time travel. You imagine the fear of every other country in the world knowing that now we can just go back and write their history differently.
Oh yeah. I
And like, and if they had time travel, they would probably start trying to use it to wipe
yep,
out our history.
yeah,
That's the problem with it is that if as soon as something like this got announced, I think fear would get a hold
oh yeah,
of big government and worlds, and they would start. It'd be like kind of like that thing, like it'd be a Mexican standoff. Like, are you going to press the button? I don't know. Did you press the button?
yeah, yeah.
You
Who's gonna
know,
blink
they'd just be
first?
waiting for each other to do it. And I think eventually somebody would get so scared that they would do it.
Yeah, it would basically be who would blink first. You know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I don't, and I think their blink would be something that would be apocalyptic for us.
Well, yeah, it would be not just us, but everybody in general. It
Yeah,
would
'cause-
change everything in the whole entire world. It
yeah,
wouldn't
because
just
you got to
be
think about
sorry.
like say like you wanted to take the United States out of the equation, right?
Yeah.
And say that like say for example, ISIS somehow broke into some English base and found a time machine,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like death to America, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
haul off in time, and then back in 1776 they give the British AK-47s. British wipe all the farmers out. America's never established. So the ISIS wins, right?
Right.
Well, the problem is that since America never established in 1776,
Mm-hmm.
that means that when World War One and Two happened, America was never around to enter the war and help fight. Where they weren't around to help fight the Germans and the Nazis in World War Two, meaning that the Nazis would have won World War Two,
Right.
and that the whole world would belong to Germany at this point.
Right.
And then, not to mention all the industrial and scientific contributions that America has given the world too.
Right.
So, just one little thing can tear it all down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, you change one thing, like I said, it's a worldwide thing. I mean, you're not just eliminating one country, you're basically changing the history for everybody and everything on the entire planet. So
Yeah,
it
I
would
mean,
be catastrophic.
you're a god
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's one of those things that you're just that man. There's certain things in the world man shouldn't have power over,
Mm-hmm.
like life and death. We shouldn't be able to decide who lives, who dies, how long they live, how long they die. I mean, I'm not talking about like, okay, mass murderer, serial child rapist. Yeah, hang and noose those people, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that, like, we shouldn't have the right to push a button and nuke a fucking city
Right.
and
Yeah.
kill millions of people. These are things that people have created mass weapons, and we use them all badly. And there's certain elements, certain weapons, and certain things out there and powers that are known to be
Mm-hmm.
that I just don't think belong in human hands. And one of those is time travel.
Right. I agree.
I don't think that we're evolved and far enough along our evolutionary chain to harness a power like that.
Well, it's not so much evolutionary chain, it's more of
Mental enlightenment, I guess.
uh, I wouldn't even
Because
say that. It's
I
more
would,
of
I would say mental enlightenment because you would have to be like, you have to look at the good of everything over the selfishness of one.
right, but I mean, you even then you would still have like more selfishness of it. You know, I mean, let's
Yeah.
let's let's you know, like let's admit, like if we can go to the future and bring something back now and make us fucking rich, we would.
Well,
Hands
you,
down.
you don't think I would have traveled like 10 years into the future and come back with a PlayStation 5 that I bought inside of a pawn shop for $99.
Exactly, exactly.
Y'all all out here spending $500. I just popped up into the future, bought one for $99 used in the pawn shop. But it's then me coming back and having that game system sooner could
Hmm.
cause something. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't think that would cause anything. Like as long as you don't like broadcast that to everybody. I mean, we already know it's coming out. Now, if you came out with that in like 95, okay, then yeah, you're doing something. But if you came back to your time right now, no, it wouldn't do anything. We
Wow.
already know that it's coming out. It's coming out in a couple months. It would not cause anything at all. So it wouldn't harm
Well,
anything.
unless it was a transformer.
Well, yeah, unless it was a transformer, but then that's a totally different thing.
Autobots roll out. Where's my Xbox going? It's just a question though, real quick.
So
Does a transformer buy car insurance or life insurance?
I don't think either.
It's like you got to have coverage if you hit somebody on the road.
Well, right, but I mean, it's a sentient car, so I mean, it's not going to hit anybody on the road. I mean, you got to
Well,
worry about more like blaster fire
insurance.
and missiles and things like that. So that's not their
Well,
fault.
you might want life insurance if you're dealing with Hellfire missiles on a daily basis. You don't know what kind of little spark plugs Optimus Prime's leaving behind. But yep, that's what I had for time travel. Just figured I'd give you all a little Autobot humor at the end.
Well, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right. So that's all we got for today. I just want to thank everybody for coming in. Hope you all enjoyed. Now, next week I have the topic, and it's going to be the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, already knows it.
I already picked that one out. So, hope to see you all next weekend. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you all again. I'm Nick, my co host Jason.
Later, everybody's
Have a good night, everybody.
Geronimo.